And good Monday morning. How are you today? This will be our last Monday before Christmas Eve. Christmas Day is right around the corner. Starting your day off chilly, 30, about 52. Yesterday was, I don't know if you'd call it nippy. I'd almost call it downright cold with that wind that cut through you. It was only about 54 yesterday. It was rough. Today we're headed for that high as we'll get into the forecast here in just a moment to let you know exactly what lies ahead for all of us. But it looks to be it's going to be a sunshiny day come Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Good morning to Terry Carter. How are you? Donna Roseman, Joyce Snowden Godwin, Charlotte Gray, Joyce Gressick. Glad to see y'all up today. Hopefully everybody's gotten their Christmas shopping done. If you haven't, a few more days to get it all taken care of. As we glance at a few headlines from across the state, of course, the big news is Joe, and if I'm pronouncing his name right, Manchin, has pretty much ended Uncle Joe Biden's thought of getting his Build Back America Better program through. Joe says he's not voting for it. Joe is one of those that usually votes borderline, but for the folks of West Virginia who no nonsense. It's not a party thing. It's a what's best for Virginia, West Virginia rather. And looks like he's going with the Republicans on this vote, and they will not get it passed. The squad is upset, and I know a lot of you are shocked by that. As we go through some other headlines, what are the busiest days of the year? If you're planning on traveling, this is what they say is going to happen. December 22nd and 23rd will be the busiest that is out there. So if you're making travels to drive home to see your mom, grandparents, whichever the case, that will be the busiest, 22nd and 23rd. On your return trip, it will be the 2nd and 3rd of January when everybody will be hitting the road coming back this way. So something to consider as you're pretty putting your travel plans together. Let's see. In other news across the state, a Jones County mother and boyfriend have been charged with capital murder in the death of their infant. I don't know if you're familiar with this story yet, but I've seen it several times mentioned. I shared it as well. But here's a picture of the mother. She had the child had blunt trauma to the head. Awful, but she's going to be charged with murder. This was back in October when this happened. 6-month-old. Horrible. I can't stretch that enough. A Pelahatchie woman accused of a murder for hire plot has been denied bond. And they didn't let her out. She was planning a big murder, and well, it didn't work out for her. Let's see. In other news, a man was shot in Georgia. Got pulled over by the state police in Georgia. They had to use the pit maneuver on him, and once they got him stopped, a state trooper and a deputy sheriff got out, and he attempted to run over him with a car. They shot. He is in the hospital, barely hanging on. The passenger in the car was not injured in it, but he came after the police, and they put him down. No word yet if he'll make it out of that or not, but they're digging into this. His name was Willie Lee Austin. It's one of the big headlines from across America there. So just so you know that. Last night, what happened? Pretty much a calm night. We did have some gunshots reported near 35th Avenue and 21st Street in the Meridian area. Nothing horrible. No one was injured from what I know, but just some gunshots reported in that area. As always, if you see something, let me know. Inbox me. Get it to me somehow or another so we can share that with others. Would love to do that. So how do you feel today? I hope good. As the new year comes closer, don't forget about my friend Charlie and his fine staff at the Red Fireworks Barn. You'll find them out on Highway 19. Drop in and see Charlie. They'll be open through January the 2nd, and they got the largest fireworks around. No dud guarantee. Drop in and see Charlie. He'll fill you in that. It's Highway 19 right there by Southeast School. You can't miss them. They'll treat you right. Do everything they can for you. This is Monday, believe it or not. It is, this year has just virtually flown by. I don't know much more to say about it. And it's kind of like, hold on, here we go. It's been that way. Good morning to Patsy Gilbert. Good morning to you. Terry Ray is up watching in Philadelphia, and she says it's chilly. Ooh, Arena Bonner joins us there. Also, Flora Overstreet from Hickory. Merry Christmas. Glad to have you there. Lamar Emery says it's time to rise and shine. It is, isn't it? Pat and Jim Coker is up from Hickory. Glad to see y'all. Connie Johns on a chilly morning. Also, Janice Bounds. Good morning to you. Joyce Gressett. Charlotte Gray watching us from the big city of Philadelphia there. Glad to see you there. We'd love to know where you're watching from. All right, let's take a look at radar now so you can kind of see what's going on. We do have some things that are out to our west. As we pull up radar this morning, you'll see the state of Mississippi at the present time is rain-free up around Huntsville. We do have some fog that's in that area, but nothing in the state of Mississippi right now. As we go south down to New Orleans, Louisiana, a lot of rain this morning, but light rain. Off the coast there's some heavier activity that will make its way inland before long. This is what will eventually affect us. West of Shreveport, if you're headed toward Tyler, Texas today, or watching from those areas, it's some rain in there. No thunderstorms or anything serious, but that's heavy rain happening right there around Marshall, Texas right now. After you get out of Shreveport, across that state line, it's some heavy rains there. Carthage, Texas, just to the west of there. Been there many times, but a lot of rain in those areas as you look. All right, let's back out and see what the rest of the United States has to offer for us today. As we go up, we see that New York, well, it's just cold. As we come across, we go up into the Dakotas, it's always 6 degrees in Burlington, North Dakota this morning. As we step over to Montana, Pleasant Prairie, 5 degrees there this morning. Yeah, I wonder what their heating bill is. Woo! As we come across here, Idaho, 28 degrees there in Idaho, raining in Seattle, Washington. Imagine that. As we go down to Minnesota, I don't think they're much warmer. 18 in Boyd, Minnesota this morning. Not the place to be any of this area up here, but if you like snow, well, that might be where you need to move. It's just a thought there. As you'll look at that, there's snow up in these areas here. Wow. Michigan, up in Motor City, all of those areas there. But we'll get some rain out of this tonight after dark. So we'll have more to do with that. All right, let's get into our forecast this morning so you can find out exactly what Old Man Winter has to offer us today. It's going to be more like Old Man Summer, I think is the word for it. Let's get into your forecast.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we turn to it, cloudy today. 52 is all we'll get for a high. 51 in Philadelphia. As you go northward there through Knox-Pater, about 51. We'll still be hovering around that through Louisville and on up to Mississippi State. To the south, 53 in the Laurel-Hattiesburg area. Out to our west, Vicksburg will be, believe it or not, cooler than Meridian. Down to Brookhaven, 51 also. Natchez, one of the cooler spots in the state with 49 for a high. As we move across to the Alabama side, just east of the Meridian area, Tuscaloosa will make 57, warmer than the Meridian area. Livingston, Alabama should hit 52, and as we go down to Troy and Montgomery, 57 for a high in those areas of Alabama. But not bad at all. As we look at the trend, we're still way above average, and this is not going to be out of here before Christmas. This is the outlook for the next 6 to 10 days as we look at our forecast. Out to the west, as we look at California, a little bit cooler weather there. Not exactly cold, but slowly coming across. We've got high temperatures for a few days left. The extreme southern portion of Texas, hot, hot, and hot. Christmas Day. We'll talk about that temperature in a moment. Let's look at our 7-day outlook, and here we go with what we've got to offer for you today. Today, 20% chance of showers after 5 o'clock. That high only reaching 52. But as we move into tonight, this 20% will jump to a 50% chance after dark and hitting a low of 41 tonight. As we go into tomorrow, still a slight chance of showers early with a high reaching 52. And it'll be cold tomorrow night, 35 for a low. As we roll into Wednesday, we're looking at 60 and 33. Thursday, 65 and 49. And by Christmas Eve, we're looking at a high of 75 and 54 that night. So it won't be too bad for Santa as he makes his round in his sleigh at 54. As we look at Saturday, Christmas Day, it'll be gorgeous for the kids to dig in to see what Santa brought them with sunshine and 74, high of 54. Sunday, not bad either, still in the 70s. But again, we're in December, and it looks like we'll keep this all the way into the new year. As we switch gears here and we go another week into the year, and take a look at this. As we look at New Year's Eve, 67 with a low of 52. Could have a chance of a shower on New Year's Eve. And, well, we bring in the new year with 64 with a low of 43 on New Year's Day. By the second, we're a little bit cooler, 56. And by the third, we're at 52. But look at all these high temperatures from right now all the way to the beginning of the new year. It's going to take that long for this hot front, so to speak, to move out of our way. Chilly, chilly. Connie John says 9 in Fargo, North Dakota. Wind chill of -10. I loved living there. Meridian is nice also. I cannot imagine living in -10 wind chill all the time. I'm cold as it is. That would be rough. So maybe you've lived somewhere that's colder. I don't even know what it's like in Alaska, but I'm sure it's cold. As we look at deer hunting today, what's it going to do? We also want to mention we're going to be giving away the free mount this morning. If you entered a deer last week in the Battle of the Bucks, Jay's got the names. They'll be sending it to us, to me and Candace, and we'll draw for this later on today. Let's look at it. Today, the outlook is good. Best times to hunt today. First major time was in the early morning hours right at daylight. The second major time is this afternoon from 2 until 4. If you could hit the bushes, it'd be a good time to be out there. Now, the wind's going to be northeast around 5 miles an hour. Not so bad if you're up in the bushes there. So good luck to everybody on deer hunting. I hope you enjoy yourself and get out and get to do a little bit. I'm going to go, I promise. I hadn't been this year. Unlike me, it's been a busy year. A lot going on, but once it gets a little bit cooler, I'll have that drive to go. Does that make any sense? Hope so. That's a quick look at things. Now, Candace will be joining me here in just a little bit as we'll get the morning show rolling for you so you know what's going on in and around the area. We've got all the top headlines and things that have gone on in our community, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. Thank you to all the sponsors as well. Brian Troy joined us, also Tommy Ainsworth, Danny Shelton, Ryan Brown. Morning to you there. Valley Maloney, also Arena Bonner was watching there. A few of the folks that got up today and joined us. Thank y'all so much. And we'll be back again at 8 a.m. as we'll kick off into the morning show to let you know exactly what's going on today. Thanks so much for dropping by, and we'll see you soon.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by